We here at the Still Unnamed podcast join the millions of Americans and allies around the world affected by the horrific and senseless killings that took place early Sunday morning in Orlando, Florida. Both Mark and I were shocked and saddened by the massacre and the loss of 49 innocent lives that occurred that day, and over 50 more left forever scarred by the tragedy. There are no words, thoughts, or sentiments that can be spoken by me here that haven't already been said much more eloquently by people far more qualified to comment than myself. All that I can leave you with now is one simple parting thought. We are a culture that loves to rank things and create ever-changing lists. We scan websites daily with pictures of the best and worst-dressed actors at the Oscars. We buy magazines with articles titled The 50 Hottest Hollywood Celebs. I myself am guilty of caring a little too much about unimportant trivial lists, like the top 10 highest-grossing films of all time. We're all a little too obsessed with ranking things and making lists. But as we learned Sunday morning, there is only one list that should matter, and it's a list that unfortunately is ever-changing. The tragedy in Orlando is now officially being ranked the worst mass shooting in American history. Until the next one. And until real change is made. So please, stop the hate, stop the pain, and pray for Orlando.
And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast. With your hosts, Pete and Mark.
Hey kids, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Still Unnamed Podcast. I'm Pete Salas along with
Mark Nazis Suck Rodriguez.
And with us today, we've also got a special guest in the house, Mr.
Tony Savedra.
Tony Savedra. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because we've been talking about it for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Because this is the man who drew us, Mark.
Yeah.
He made us. He made us into fucking cartoons. Comic books.
Yeah.
We were comic book
I
heroes.
was so excited.
I know. We were very excited. So we're probably going to be gushing the whole time.
Yeah.
But just to get the formalities out of the way, Tony is a professional artist. If you couldn't already tell from the beautiful piece of work that he did for us, Tony, give us some info on you. Where can they find you? Where can they see more of your work?
Well, I'm Tony. I'm from Bronzeville, and I draw.
Right.
And that's pretty much.
Do you have a website or a Facebook page?
Just website and no website. Just a Facebook page under my name, Tony Savedra.
Okay.
And then I have another art page, which is Tony Saved Draws with D.
That's funny.
It's a little play on words there.
Yeah. And also, like, since my last name is Save, like, it knows how to draw. So,
Hey, that's even. I didn't pick up on that one. That's
So
perfect.
you should
Right.
So yeah, it's a little punny.
Right. So
yeah.
we'll put that on the bottom there as a little graphic
in the
We'll put
description.
that. Right, in the description we'll put that too. Well, just a quick backstory. Tony, I met Tony at the McAllen Toy Expo convention or something or other. It was a few months ago.
I think it was the Collectors Expo.
Collectors Expo.
Yeah, it was the first time that I went there.
Well,
too.
I mean, before that, it's pretty cool that like our region here is finally embracing the nerd culture, whatever you want to call it, geekdom. Yes, where we have, not only South Texas Comic Con, we've got like expos and toy collecting places and just different things like that are able. Art Walk. Have you ever been part of Art Walk? Okay,
yes.
Art Walk's a McAllen thing. Are you familiar with it? Well, we have finally embraced the other side, if you will, of things that traditionally have been like hush hush, like, oh my god, he likes comic books, like forget him. But anyway, right, I met Tony at let's just say a toy convention, toy expo that was at the McAllen Public Library. And when I walked in, I saw different toys, I saw a bunch of cool stuff and little art pieces of artwork and little arts and crafty type of things, those 8-bit looking stuff, artwork. I don't know exactly what that's called.
Spritz, I think.
Spritz?
Pixel art?
Yeah, pixel art.
Well,
Sprites.
Sprites.
Yeah.
Oh!
Nailed it. So I was looking around the room, and I was like, checking things out. I had Quentin with me. And then I looked to my left, and right in the corner over there, I saw this big setup of colorful artwork. And I said, okay, I'm an art lover. Yeah. Specifically when it comes to comic book art. So my eye went to the corner. So I went over there, and I was looking around, and I was like, man, that's really fucking awesome. Like, I hadn't seen, artwork like that all put together in one. Whenever he sets up, you set up like a big collage-looking wall.
A wall, yeah.
Right. So I was just kind of waiting my turn because there was people talking to him, and then I finally walked up to him and I said, "Hey, man, I really like your artwork, and thank you, whatever." And I said, at the time, I was looking for like a Justice League type of collage.
Yeah.
So I asked him if he's ever done a full Justice League picture, and you said that no, you just kind of like did them in panels. And I said, okay, well, you know what? I think I'd like to commission you to do something for me and I was still thinking a Justice League picture because he's got Wonder Woman, he's got Flash, he's got Batman, Superman, but I wanted like all of them. And
I'm familiar with the Justice League.
Right. Well, for those of you who aren't, I'm just kidding. No one who listens to this is not familiar with the Justice League.
This is the reason why I watched this.
Exactly. I'll tell you that much. So I as I was thinking about it, I said, what would be awesome is if we got him to do the new artwork for the show. Yeah. So I said, give me your card or whatever. So we went on, and I sat on it for a few days, and then I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do anything, if I'm gonna request a commission piece, I might as well do it for the show. Yeah. So that's when I reached out to him via email, and he's very responsive. If anybody wants to hire him for anything, very responsive. And I said, you know what? I think I'd like you to do something for us for the show. And you said, actually, I've already done something for a podcast, and you sent me a sample. And it was, what was that podcast? Do you remember?
It was Jerry and someone else, but they wanted to be like superheroes. Like one wanted to be Superman, and the other one wanted to be the Batman. So I just
right. I don't think I shared that with you, but it was basically Batman from here up and Superman from here up, and he just put these guys' faces on there. Like Batman wasn't even wearing a cowl or anything, obviously, because the guy wanted his face shown. And I said, you know what? I don't think that's really so much what I'm looking for. I want just to make caricatures of us and make us look larger than life. So my only instructions to him was, Mark is into kind of like a Dragon Ball Z, kind of a more athletic looking kind of a ninja kind of guy.
Boy, was it a letdown when you saw me.
Kind of a Power Ranger. And I said, I just want like a power pose. Make me look like something like Dr. Doom or Thanos or something like that. And boy, if he didn't fucking deliver.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he did. It was amazing. So anyway, Tony, how'd you get your start? Like, I mean, I don't have an ounce of artistic ability in me, so.
Well, I didn't know how to draw until I saw my brother drawing, and he started drawing. I'm like, oh, well.
How old were you?
I was like 8, and he was in high school in Mexico.
Okay.
And then I saw him draw. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. I want to create something, make something from just paper and pencil.
Right.
So I started drawing, and of course I sucked. and he could just like draw. Till now, like he can just draw, but he left it because of family and stuff. Yeah. And I kind of left it too because once I came here, I started playing soccer and all that. Okay. And then like years later, I graduated and all that. I tried to go like art in UTB, but it was boring. Oh my god. Art history sucks so much. Art appreciation, so I'm like, I don't care, I want to draw. But and then I think my mom got sick, so I had to work, so I quit college and all that. Okay. And then I started working at Walmart, and I met my best friend, and he told me some stories. Rocky Garcia, he's my writer of our comic. Okay. And he's
you guys have a comic?
Yeah, we have a comic.
What's the comic?
Arrogance of Athena. I should have brought a copy anyways.
Okay.
And we unloaded the trailers, and while we were unloading, he was telling me, "Oh, well, I like anime and comics and all that." I'm like, "Oh, I like some anime and some comics." Right. And he's like, "Oh, well, all right." I write stories. I'm like, yeah, whatever. he starts telling me all these stories. I'm like, my God, they sound legit. They sound too good. Like, wow.
Was he just writing like just
on his own?
Like just open up Microsoft Notepad and
just paper and pencil,
like short stories.
Yeah. Okay. And then like I'm like, oh well, I can draw. And he's like, whatever.
I know the truck.
Whatever, dude.
So the meeting of these two creative people almost didn't happen because there was a large shipment of fucking avocados that day.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So then we started drawing something called Various Q, and we changed the name afterwards. And then we saw he saw the first page I drew, and he's like, "Oh fuck yeah!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds legit." So we started since then, and 5 years later, here we are.
Wow,
so, awesome, dude!
But like, you didn't start with digital art, right?
No.
That's kind of your thing is digital. Explain that.
I started with paper and pencil, like everybody, and later on, I was fired from Walmart. And then,
can we hear that story? I'm kind of interested.
How do you get fired from Walmart? Yeah.
You stole the avocados?
Well, that's part of it. It wasn't avocados though. It was just like a juice where you mix, and we used to like eat jerky and stuff. So we used to eat jerky, and then there was this supervisor that he's a douche.
Yeah. Aren't they all though?
Yeah, there was. His name is Frank. I don't care.
Yeah,
his name is
fuck
Frank.
His wife knows me. Anyways, his name is Frank, and when he was manager, we understand like he was pressure and stuff, so he had to like go by the rules and all that. But we didn't stop. We were assholes.
You just kept eating the jerky.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
so I mean, technically, you were fired for stealing.
Yeah. Well, they give me a write up, right?
Okay.
A bunch of us, and I tried to get in the blame, but they had the video, so everybody was in it. So I'm like, oh, damn it.
You were busted on camera.
Yes.
You were like, I ate all the jerky, and they're like, no, you all ate all the jerky.
I mean, you've worked in retail, right? Like, dude, it's so easy to steal. It's like, and it sucks. It really sucks because it turns a normal, you wouldn't normally steal. You don't go to a store and steal. But like when you work there and you see, because I'm speaking strictly from, I used to work at a gas station.
Okay.
It was right there on the corner of 495 and 10th. It was a Texaco Vista Food Mart next to Shipley Donut. Okay? So yes, I ate a lot of donuts. I paid for those. But while I worked in the food store, there's something called spoilage. Are you familiar with the term spoilage? Okay, spoilage is something where a company can write off food that has past its expiration date.
Or it's been opened.
Exactly. So if we were ever hungry, we would go grab food like nothing and just write it off like one bag of chips expired and ate it. You throw away the evidence, but you turn in that card. They send that back to the company. They get some point of percentage back. But is it stealing? Was that stealing?
Like if we're going to be black and white, that's stealing. If it's gray, that's still stealing. But, well, I mean, I'm not crystal clear, awesome, clean, Mr. Man. Also, when I worked at Hastings and when the muffins would expire and you're supposed to throw away the muffins, I was like, I'm not going to throw away these muffins.
Right. I worked at Hastings too, and when you would make someone order a drink.
Yeah.
And you would make a full fucking pitcher of whatever the Frappuccino is. There was always that much left over. You're supposed to pour it down the drain? No.
And it's the best part.
Exactly. It's the best part.
Oh, yeah. I straight up made myself a couple of drinks.
Of course. So, I mean, hey, man, no shame in that game.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah, it was open packages. And I got right up for that. And then I was up for... I behaved for a year. Because it was another fuck up and I'll be fired.
Right.
And I just got married. So, yeah, I had to, behave.
Okay.
So... And then I was up for the position of manager, a little bit higher.
Okay.
And the guy that got us in trouble, he was going to go down and I was going to take his place. And then I think he got jealous because I told him that he was going to work, that he wasn't going to be...
Yeah.
I told him to his face, dude, you're going to work, you're not going to just be sitting down.
Exactly.
So and I think since we were all friends, we were do the job, but we still were rowdy and
have fun.
Yeah.
Just because it's work doesn't mean it has to suck.
Right. Yeah. And so I had like we were like the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he changed my schedule, so I would like miss days.
Oh wow!
And because if I miss a day, they fired me because I want to think it was him, but somebody changed my schedule. And then like the store manager's like, oh no, don't worry about it. And then it came the next day, oh no, you're fired, never mind.
What?
Like,
wow.
That
so
sucks.
like you have a strict schedule that you were following.
Yeah.
Like it never changes. And then out of the blue, you get in the habit. You don't check the schedule anymore.
well, the thing is that it changes like a day from another. So every time we clock that, we check it because
Right.
it's just a habit, right?
Yeah.
Checking the schedule. And then like I saw, oh, I'm off tomorrow. And then I came I'm off today. What?
Right.
Thought I was off tomorrow. I mean, yesterday. And they're like, no, you were off yesterday. I'm like, why didn't you call me?
Yeah.
So it was
Wow.
a little bit fishy. And also, like, I was already getting paid, like, kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's why it was part of it, too.
Right.
Because they didn't
Just
want to pay me.
Professional jealousy.
Yeah.
It'll get you
That
every
sucks.
time. But going back to just real quick, you
Right.
said you said that you were inspired by your brother. Like, what kind of artwork did your brother do?
He did, like, a lot of, like, X-Men. Jim Lee X-Men.
Oh, okay,
And he only saw them in, like, those, back in the day, Marvel cards.
okay,
Like, the holographic and stuff.
Yeah.
He would have, like, copied them. Like, make them into, like, huge posters. Like,
right,
like 17 by 11.
right.
Wow.
And I'll buy pen, like those pilot pens, like that, and I'll be like, what? Sometimes he didn't even use the pencil.
And it was just
you use
by
pen?
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. And I had to do the pen. So
Jim Lee's not easy to do. He's actually my favorite Batman artist. Like he does an awesome Batman.
And then also like he didn't have glasses or anything. He just saw a picture and just like this.
Wow.
Small. Like the card is so small.
Right.
It's like a
And
card.
the
Right.
pictures were even smaller. So I'm like, I don't know how you made it to
Wow.
see that. But he like stuff that he couldn't see. Like he made it up. And
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
you saw that and you said, I can do better.
and then later it took me like years to be
Right.
better. But
Okay, so going back to your not traditional pen and paper art, but you do digital art,
Yeah.
which I didn't specify to everybody watching. That image was drawn on a computer. That is a computer-generated image by Mr. Tony
Yeah.
here. And okay, so explain digital art.
well, digital art, to me, it's easier. You can cheat more,
Right.
and it makes sense to me because, like, let's say you draw 9, and then you draw the other one, and it always happens that when you draw 2 eyes, one's smaller than the other one.
Okay.
So you just select that one eye and make it bigger, and that's it.
Okay.
Like,
so it's easier to manipulate.
instead of erase and damaging the paper and
what's the program that you use?
I use Paint to Sign.
Paint. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Japanese, just strictly for drawing, no filters.
Right.
No,
And if anybody wants to see those setups he has, is usually take it, right? Like you take it
Yeah.
with you.
Mhm.
He's got like a little TV screen, and you can see actually what he's drawing, which is kind of, it's funny. That's what we were doing when he was live streaming.
Yeah.
When he was creating us. I called you in the middle of the day. I think it was like 3 p.m, and I was like, dude, prepare to fucking just give up your afternoon because this guy is drawing us. He's streaming it live, and we just sat there in awe. Like, how did you feel seeing that?
Well, I was in the middle of work.
So was I.
And I had to do.
Me too.
I had to. Well, that was your work. I had to take care of the newscasts, and I had to start running audio. And I was like, okay, I can't be watching this. But I was running audio for SAP, which is the Spanish site, and there's really nobody there except for the Spanish team and yourself running audio. So what I did is I set up my phone and I was just there and I was listening to the newscast, making sure I wasn't messing up or anything.
Right.
But I was still watching. I was like, oh my god.
like those pants,
Those fans, though.
Right.
One thing about the digital way that you were doing it that I wanted to comment on was I liked that because I'm right-handed, and if I'm drawing or whatever, I noticed that you flipped the image to make it a little bit easier, and I was like, that's clever, that's smart, that's
I
a little
didn't
cheat.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, also like it's a trick also that once if you flip it, like it's a new image, like it's completely new, so you see like mistakes easier.
Okay.
Like, oh, this arm doesn't look that good, so change it, and then flip it back. Since you're used to watching that piece that the whole time, like, you don't see some of those mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
So you flip it, it's a new image. Oh, this way, this doesn't look that good, so you fix it. And
Right.
I think you might have been drawing my eye at that time.
Oh, okay.
And then you flip the image to work on the eye, and
See,
I was like, that's so smart.
Yeah, and it's a bad habit because on paper, like, you can't do it. You have to.
Right.
You have to learn how to draw everything on this.
Now you said that it's easier, and you also said the word cheat. You can cheat when you're doing
cheat.
that. So my question is, do traditional artists look down upon?
So most of them, yeah.
Okay.
Most of them.
Really?
And the ones I know they're cool, but they're like, oh, I don't do that because blah blah blah.
Right.
But I mean, I do value it way more than digital art because you have like an original.
Right.
So whenever I draw on paper, like, yeah, it's original.
There's no duplicates. You can't duplicate it.
Right.
And on digital, well, it's kind of like almost made up. It's like real in the Tron world, maybe. So,
But I mean, that like a classic cliche is art is in the eye of the beholder. But I mean, it's all artwork.
oh
It's
yeah,
just-
to me, it's just a different medium.
Right.
It's like, and for what I do, like logos and commission work online and all that, it's easier to like just send, then draw, scan, and then you still need to know some digital stuff to scan them and color them.
I mean,
so,
Joe Schmo couldn't set up that, open that same program and draw something like that. And I hate to say draw because it makes it seem like so, like, just remedial, but like it's what you do is more than drawing. It's like it's fucking artwork. It's art.
It's, to me, digital, like, it's like there's no excuse if you get something wrong because it's easier to fix.
Right.
Control Z.
Yeah, Control Z. Oh my God, I was drawing on paper, and then I'm used to like going to the back button, and I'm drawing on paper, and I'm like, oh, I messed up, so I'm going. Oh, damn it, where's the razor? so yeah, but yeah, like to me, like digital art is it's easier. Like, I don't know, I make it more. I make more sense out of it. Some people they can't, so I just tell them, well, I do everything like by steps. Like it has to make sense.
Right.
And I used to hate coloring. I hate it. I was just like line work.
Okay.
And then a girl online, she told me, no, you have to color. And she sent me some videos, and she had some tutorials too. She was she worked for Marvel, so she knows her stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She worked for Marvel.
Cool, man.
And
How did she see your stuff?
we used to online. There was some website called mangamagazine.com, and I used to have like a manga black and white. And later on, they make like a little chat group, and then we started chatting, and then from there to Skype and Google Hangout, we started talking all that. And she gave me some pointers on coloring. So now, like, I got what she told me in some YouTube videos, and I just created my own.
Okay.
So, and now that's what I'm most known for my coloring.
Now, your art does it has a lot of influences of manga. It's very Japanese.
I try to mix, like, get all the good things from manga and all the good things from comic and just kind of combine them.
Right.
And my line work is more realistic and my color is more manga-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
But I still like try to combine them the best I can.
And then you do a lot of like swirly background stuff too.
Yeah.
Like where's that? What does that come from?
I don't know. It just
looks
happened.
cool.
Yeah, like I'm like.
It reminds me kind of like watercolor.
Yeah. Like the way I color traditionally is with Prismacolors, because you can like put like the base layer and then the shadows on top, and they'll keep mixing.
Right.
And watercolors you can do that too. I didn't know that, but yeah. And I try to like make them like colorful and bright and
right.
Like I just colorful and bright.
I mean, so what's next for you? Like, what do you see yourself? I know that you're doing well. Before that, you're doing like tutorials. Like you're trying. Something?
Well, I just live stream and I don't even talk and all that. I bought like a bunch of little laptops that I started with, and I do like little class sessions.
Right.
Especially like for.
We tried to set you up a couple weeks ago, but you had your first class. I mean, how did that go? Was that
like my apartment was packed, so there was a girl standing up. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have enough computers. But she got to play with one of them.
Okay.
And we just drew like a little quick Spider-Man. And
I saw that. I saw some of your class.
Yeah,
like,
and
they looked really good. Like I wanna do that the next time you do it. It's kind of like, if you heard of Tipsy Canvas, that concept where you go and they teach you how to draw something. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you walk out of there with like a vase or like a flower pot. These people walked out of there with their own Spider-Man
that they drew.
I have like a little printer
with the Spidey sense going off, and it looked really cool. Yeah.
I have like a little printer portable that I use to do commissions on conventions, and I print their own Spider-Man on them so I can take it home.
That's really
cool.
And
like 4 of them, they didn't know how to draw or anything.
Right.
So I kind of when I was drawing, I had like a screen set up. So line by line, I'm trying to explain and make them understand how to play with it.
Yeah.
And all that. Like,
that sounds fun, man.
Yeah, I had fun.
Was that your first time teaching?
Yes.
Okay, and how did you do?
I think I did pretty cool because when they finished, it looked like Spider-Man. Right. Right? So that's my proof of what I did.
That's Peter Parker, you idiot.
What? Right.
I mean, it takes confidence in yourself and your ability to teach. So, I mean, I did that for a while, and I wasn't very good at it. But
that was the dream. Why I wanted
patience, more than anything. It takes patience. That's number one.
I try to make it fun, bust a little joke now and then, and all that. And they kept interested because it gets boring after a while.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, for you maybe. Like for me, if I'm creating something by hand,
for me it's fun. But like I try to explain like stuff on people on conventions, and they kind of find this link. Like, okay, yeah. Yeah, because it's still a long process. It's not like, I want to think about like Captain America and probably it's in the screen. No, like you have to.
Okay. Right. No, exactly.
It takes a little bit more than that.
And the last 2 weeks you were out of town, right? You were doing other cons. How did those go?
Yeah, I did pretty good, and a lot of new people that saw my art that didn't had a chance before. Especially in Dallas. In Dallas, like they're like, "Where are you from? Where you came from?"
Right.
I'm like, I'm from Bronzeville. Where's that? Mexico.
Just think of it as Mexico.
Yeah, it's Mexico. Is that in San Antonio? No.
It's a little further south.
So yeah.
Right.
Because to them, that is like South Texas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
like the furthest south is probably San Antonio for some people. Especially when I talk to people like from other states, they're like, well, "Where do you live, McAllen? Where's that? Is it?" They always say, "How close to San Antonio is that?" So that tells me that they think the tip of Texas is San Antonio. Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So back to my question: What's next for you?
Oh yeah, well, a lot of stuff. Like I have that class thing, trying to have experience so I could.
Did you charge for that?
No.
No. Okay.
Because it's more like practice for me. Because
okay.
I'm not that good in English yet. Well, I think.
I don't think so. You're doing.
I didn't know
fine.
that you were.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like when you mentioned, like, oh, my brother in Mexico, I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Were you born in Mexico too?
I was born in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we came to Brownsville, and that's where I stayed. Like, I haven't been in Mexico for like 15 years. Damn.
Oh wow.
Because I don't have part of my family that I don't care about is the
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, and what was I saying?
What's next for you?
Oh yeah, like I have that class going on. I'm doing like 2 comics, and then I'm doing an animation and a video game.
Okay.
And all the commissions and conventions and all that.
Okay. And you said it was called The Arrogance of Athena?
That's the comic. I have a one-shot already, and that one got published.
Okay.
But they made us change stuff, and we were kind of like doing it for free. So I'm like, no, we're gonna take.
Well, I mean, how does that work? Who do you go to publish?
They came to us actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
who's they?
No, it was Saturday AM website.
Okay.
And I knew one of the founders. And I mistakenly sent an email of the cover from my writer to him. And he saw it and he's like, what is this? I'm like, oh, it's a little one shot that we were trying to do. And he's like, oh, let me talk to to my, I guess, boss, to see if he can publish for you and make it like a little pilot and stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we started, and it was going to be color. And he's like, oh, it's Saturday AM, like action manga.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, I can do it black and white. It's even easier.
Yeah.
So I changed it black and white, and then in the middle of it is like, can you color? I'm like, no, dude, I can't color.
Right.
So yeah, and then he's like, oh, because every chapter had to be like no more than 10 pages, 11. So we had to cram like as much information in each page.
Right.
So that was a big limit to me. It's like, oh, dang, it's too much. And then also like he's like, oh, make it more actiony. I'm like, you can only do so much action in 10 pages.
You can't.
Because especially with my writer, he's more like a novel writer, so it's hard to make it like character design in just one page.
Right. So he's like long-winded when he tells a story. Well, my question like I had was, let's say you're thinking about a panel for this comic. In your head, do you have to imagine the word bubble? Like, do you need to save room for that bubble? Obviously, right? Like, so you have to, whatever you want to showcase has to work in like an L shape because you know that you've got word bubbles or thought bubbles above them, above the characters.
The process of the way I do comics is first it's the script, right? And then from there I break it down into like dialogue bubbles, right? This is the panel, right? Description is what's going on in the panel, and then the bubbles of one bubble, two bubble, right? And then for the whole page, like 22 pages, and then from there, like I started doing like we call it storyboarding. So we do like just maybe the stick figures just to indicate which character is that, and break it down, and then we kind of read it over and over until like, oh no, let's move it. Like
that's fascinating.
Fine tuning it.
So you work around the bubbles then.
Yes.
You don't fit the bubbles into your art. You work the art around the bubbles.
Most of the times, yes, because
that's interesting. I didn't know that's how you put it together.
The flow of the comic has to be like a Western. It's from left to right, up down. So if you make it like this and then this is kind of boring, so you kind of like make it like little wave. Yeah. Well, that's what I try to do, like little wavy, and then sometimes a circle.
And what's the story about? The Arrogance of Athena.
It's about the one shot. It's about like aliens came and they took over the world, and then we fought back and they went away. Okay. So we're trying to re-civilize everything. Okay. And there's still some humans that are not powerful. Well, they're being discriminated. And Arrogance of Athena is like the cops for those people. Oh, okay. They're trying to protect everybody, and like especially.
So are there superhumans in this?
Yes. Okay. Yes, there's superhumans, demons, how do you call them? Hyper humans or whatever. Okay. And the one shot, it's about like there's a one guy. He has a demon hand, and he's a serial killer. And the main guy, the cop, he locked him in there, but he was in a coma trying to stop him. Okay. So when he got out, the guy got transferred to another prison, and he's like, no, like he's supposed to be in a maximum security prison, and he went there because he knew he was gonna try to escape, and he is. So he's trying to stop him and make him stay there.
Okay, that kind of reminds me of like Halloween. Like Dr. Loomis knows how bad Michael Myers is, but no one else seems to. And then he gets out, and then we're all fucked.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what happened. But this time, Jacob. His name is Jacobs. He wants to like finish him off.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. And you, how many of those did you print?
Right now, I think it's already like 500, and I have like 20 left.
Oh, okay. So you did get a good circulation.
Yeah, that's a 2-year-old comic. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the series, like issue 1, issue 2, like a long story of the world and everything. And people are still waiting on issue 1 for like 2 years. So I'm working on it.
I mean, but yeah, that's a good question. Like, how long does it take to,
especially like
to write a comic? Right, and well, from conception to print.
This one took us like about 3 months. Okay. When we did the one shot, because that one we just came out with it, and once they heard the name Arrogance of Athena, they thought it was an epic name, so that's why we got a shot in. And of course, in my art, they weren't too interested about the story, but the story is super good. Like there's a lot of twists later on that I haven't seen like that things before. So.
And one question I had, like, what besides commissions and artwork, like, do you have another job? What do you do?
I have like a pest control
Okay.
thing with my boss.
Okay.
And I do that on the side, but that one's like probably like just half a day.
Okay, yeah, because I can only imagine how much time consuming it is to.
And I used to not have that. Like right now, we have a lot of work because of the heat and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have a guy that's helping me, so I'm kind of like his boss now.
Right.
So
that's cool. Awesome, man. So are there any other conventions or anything coming up? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to this next weekend. I'm going to Comic Palooza in Houston.
Okay. Oh, that's this coming weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! It's this coming weekend.
And it's huge. Yeah.
Why,
I've never been there, but they say that it's huge.
I might, because Lou's coming back. He's going to be there, and when he said, "I'm coming back to Houston, you should come see us," so I don't know if we might take the drive up there to just kind of pop in and say hi to him and remind him about the wedding. But
he's gonna go to your wedding.
Well, that's a possibility. He said that he wants to get ordained and possibly marry us, but who knows? I mean, that's up in the air. I didn't expect to spend all weekend with him, but
for those who don't know who we're talking about the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that was. Did you hear that episode?
I heard the beginning, I think.
Yeah, it was a long one, so I don't blame you. But if you want that full story,
because I was going somewhere and I had it on my phone, and you know when once you hit Rivera, that's it. There's no more internet. So yeah,
that's true.
So yeah.
But yeah, no, he said it's possible. We're not counting on it, but still, like,
it would be cool.
We had
it would be awesome.
We had as much of an impact on him to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be back here," and I didn't know it was this coming weekend. I thought I had more time, but he was like, "Come see me in Houston."
I'll get remarried by him.
Right. That's true. But no, that's really cool. So you've got your weekends filled with conventions, and you've got your after work filled with commissions and shit, man. I mean, I really truly envy what it is that you do and your artistic ability.
Yeah, it took a lot because I wasn't employed when I started drawing took it seriously, because I got fired from Walmart and I wasn't employed for like a year and a half.
How was your wife during that point?
Oh my god, it was hell, because I had to stand my ex-wife.
Okay.
And then she kind of make me an ultimatum where like it's either drawing or me, and I'm like, well, I'm not happy with you. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think you made the right choice. Yeah, you made the right choice.
Out.
So and the thing is that she bought my first laptop. She bought it for me when I was unemployed. So I'm like, oh, that's super cool. But little by little, it started gaining on her. And then so yeah, and also when I started my first convention I was broke, but my brothers and sisters and my friends, they pitch in to get me a table, and I got prints and I sold out completely.
Nice.
Awesome, dude.
Fantastic.
The first 3 days right here in McAllen, OmniCon.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember.
OmniCon. That was my first convention ever, and I sold out in the first 3 hours. I only ordered 50 business cards, and they were gone.
Right.
Wow.
Out of all your prints, which is the hottest seller, the one you have to keep reprinting?
I have a Pokemon one, Eevee. It's a little Eevee, and it's dreaming about all the evolutions.
I've seen that one.
Has.
Yeah.
And also, what another one? My Dragon Ball Z one, where it's Vegeta and Goku back to back with their Super Saiyan modes in the background.
Okay.
And right now, new one. I have a new one that sells a lot. Steven Universe.
Okay.
But it's a little more realistic. It's more my style. Mm-hmm. But I make it super shiny.
Right.
To the point where it hurts your eyes.
That's awesome, man.
And then I have it I ordered it where it's hologram. Mm-hmm. So it's even more shinier, and people just...
Right.
I need to have it.
Yes, the kids. Oh my god.
That's awesome. I mean, to be able to self-sustain yourself with your art, your craft, I mean, that's the American dream.
Yes,
I guess.
Do what you love.
Yeah, I didn't believe the girl from Marvel. She's like, no, go to conventions. That's half my income. I'm like, no way. There's no way. And I go there. I'm like, that's 70% of my income.
Wow.
Right. So yeah, because South Texas Comic Con, I'm gonna throw numbers. In 1 weekend, I make $2,500.
Damn.
And that's because they know me already. They go like since I'm being here like for a year, coming
Right.
back and forth, like art walks and the food truck thing that they have, and the sunset in the convention center.
Oh yeah, the after dark, whatever.
Yeah, after dark, and they're all outside. Also in the college right here in Edinburgh, they have some like a dance of Dia de los Muertos and all that.
Okay.
Stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they have it in the park in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and they are like, "Oh, where you're gonna be in South Texas?" I'm like, "Yeah." So when I go there, everybody's looking for me. Like my booth was
Well, that's good. I mean, that means that you have top of mind awareness and people remember you, and that it's probably like, shit, I only brought like so much money, and like, fuck, I really want that. Like, I've said that several times. I've seen you at 2 different conventions. I'm like, I need to buy that flash. I love that flash.
You should have told me. I got it hologram. It looks badass.
Really?
It's my favorite. One of my favorite pieces.
Yeah.
That one sold a lot in Dallas.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people, like, you're local relatively, so like they say, okay, well, we missed him this time, he's gonna be at the next one, and that's good. And
I don't know which next one is here. There's Omnicon.
There's one in July at the McAllen
the
Library. No, the library is having a Collector Mania. It's called Collector Mania. You might want to think about that. That I think that's July 2nd.
Oh yeah, with Pete, right?
Yes,
with Pete
Martinez.
Yeah.
I saw.
Well, that's the one I met you at. Collector's Money.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember he's like, oh, where do you want to be? I'm like, oh, I'm in the corner.
Okay. Well, then definitely
with all the cool kids.
Yeah. Definitely set that up because that's coming up in a few weeks. So, but shit, man, it was amazing to have you here. We've been talking you up for a few weeks now, and this is him, everybody. This is Tony, and seriously, if you need anything commissioned, if you want to make yourself look a billion times more badass than you truly are, we're living proof that he did it.
Yep.
And we'll put his info again right there. Eventually, it'll be right there.
I don't know why I picture, Chabelo, that stupid sound whenever they put like a logo like.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm gonna put that on there. That's funny. But so in the meantime, let's hit the music. And there it is. There you go. You got it. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here, coming back and finally meeting in the flesh the amazing artist that is Mr. Tony Savedra.
Tony Savedra.
Yep. And Tony, once again, man, I can't thank you enough. I'm the envy of a lot of my friends. A lot of them, were like, "Fuck, man, that looks awesome." So I'm putting your name out there.
There was a guy that contacted me because of that video.
Really?
Grill and something.
What?
Someone that makes like barbecue grills.
Oh, chilling and grilling.
Yeah, chilling and grilling. He's like, "Oh, I want you to like make something epic for us," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, just hit me with ideas."
Oh, they commissioned you?
Well, they're still in the process.
Okay,
yeah,
good. Yes, because their logo's like 3 pigs that are standing by like a barbecue pit. I'm sure you can do something badass with that.
Yeah, and also some guys with paintballs.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember their name.
Awesome.
But yeah, so I'm like, I want to design their thing. I'm like, hell yeah.
Their team logo?
Huh?
Like their team logo?
Like the shirt design.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah. Since like I've seen like on Google that like all their designs are crazy. I'm like, I can make it even better.
Right. Well, we're living proof. We're living proof that you can make something mediocre into something magnetic. So thank you very much for being here. And special thanks to our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds. On behalf of myself, I'm Pete Salas. This is Tony Savedra, along with
Mark Nazi Suck Rodriguez.
Have yourselves a very, very happy Taco Tuesday. Bye-bye.